Friends and viewers, Moliere, a famous playwright, world-renowned playwright, Moliere had written this play, Tartuffe. The name of this play is Tartuffe. This is a classical comedic play, Tartuffe. The title of the character fakes extreme piety to gain the affection of Orgon, the patriarch of a family. Tartuffe stays with as a house guest Orgon's adulation of Tartuffe tears the family apart to save Orgon from his own folly and themselves from its consequences. Orgon's family launches a campaign to expose and punish Tartuffe, rescue their own future, and restore harmony to their lives. As the play opens, Tartuffe has used displays of extreme piety to acquire Orgon as a disciple and patron. Tartuffe is living, eating, and drinking well in Orgon's house, charged by Orgon to keep the household free of sin. Orgon's mother, Madame Parnelli, ardently supports her son and Tartuffe. Everyone else in the family wants to get rid of Tartuffe, who they correctly believe is an impostor. Tartuffe's strategies threaten the future marriages of Marion and Damis, Orgon's sons and daughter from his first marriage. Tartuffe also comes between Orgon and his family. Elmire, in Act 1, both Dorin, the maid of Marion, and Clement, the brother of Elmire, confront Orgon about Tartuffe but fail to end Orgon's infatuation with the phony saint. In Act 2, Orgon informs Marion that he is breaking her engagement to Moliere, the suitor she loves, and betrothing her to Tartuffe's instead. Marion and Moliere are dismayed by Orgon's order, but they feel too afraid of Orgon and too caught up in their own quarrels to disobey him. The work of resistance is left to Dorin, who fearlessly confronts Orgon on the young lover's behalf. Dorin also referees Marion and Valier's squabbles, gets them to admit that they love each other, and urges them to stand strong against Orgon's decree. In Act 3, Elmire continues Dorin's effort to rescue Marion and Valier. Elmire takes advantage of Tartuffe's obvious interest in her and approaches Tartuffe, intending to ask him to persuade Orgon to change his mind and allow Marion to marry Valier. Tartuffe takes advantage of Elmire's request for a private meeting by touching and propositioning her, moves intended to further alienate Orgon from Elmire. Damis, Orgon's son, hides in a closet and overhears Tartuffe's harassing Elmire. The hot-headed Damis immediately dashes off to Orgon to report the outrage. When Orgon confronts Tartuffe about what he has been told, Tartuffe admits he is a sinner, berates himself sincerely, and then twists everything Damis says to shift blame into Damis. Orgon becomes so bamboozled by Tartuffe's reverse psychology that he ordered Damis to apologize to Tartuffe. When Damis refuses, Orgon offers to move out to restore peace to Orgon's family. Touched by this self-sacrifice, Orgon signs the deed to his property over to Tartuffe. In Act 4, the problems in Organ's family are starting to scandalize society, but opposition to Tartuffe only makes Organ more stubborn. He decrees that Marion will marry Tartuffe. That very night, Marion falls to her knees and begs Organ not to force her to marry a man she hates. When Marion sobs and pleas fail, Elmire decides to stage a seduction of Tartuffe. She invites Organ to witness the event to see Tartuffe's wickedness for himself. Tartuffe responds aggressively to Elmire's overtures while bragging but how easily it is to lead Organ around by the nose. Angry at being mocked, Organ finally turns on Tartuffe and orders him out of the house. But Organ's realization arrives too late. The house belongs to Tartuffe. Organ's reaction to this disaster is to worry about a secret strong box. Act 5 opens with Organ's explanation of strong box. Organ had hidden the box at the request of a friend in exile and then foolishly turned the box over to Tartuffe for safekeeping. Tartuffe has been using the strong box and its content to blackmail Organ. Organ rages over Tartuffe's behavior and Calanthe tries to reason with Tartuffe. But the impostor Tartuffe is now bent to revenge. Tartuffe gets Organ and his family evicted from their house and persuade the king to issue an order for Organ's arrest. Valerie tries to help Organ flee, but it's too late. Tartuffe arrives with a royal officer to escort Organ to prison. Instead of arresting Organ, the royal officer arrests Tartuffe. The officer then explained that when Tartuffe denounced Organs at court, the king recognized Tartuffe as a master criminal wanted for many vicious crimes. The king's officer have followed Tartuffe and witnessed his swindle of Organ. At the end of the play, the king restores Organ's property, pardoned him for hiding a fugitive strongbox, and reward him for previous loyal service. The play ends with the renowned betrothal of Moliere and Marion. So this is the story of this play, Tartuffe by Moliere. Tartuffe is actually a satire on religion, a mystery story about master criminal, a drama about dysfunctional family, a romance, and a plea for common sense and reason. Tartuffe is one of the best loved and most performed comedies in literary history. The play's favorite of actors, with meaty roles of all the players in an ensemble. Even minor players get turns in the spotlight. Major players have opportunities to display extremes of human emotion and play lots of lines for laugh. So this is the story of Tartuffe by Moliere. I hope you will enjoy this play. Thank you very much.